tough way to finish. Thought we did a good job, moving the ball offensively, getting good shots. Once we settled in the second half, I thought our defense was better. We didn't do a very good job on Appleby. A guy who's a very talented basketball player, but 90% of his action is driving the ball right. He got a lot of production going right, and that can't happen when you spend that kind of time. And he's good at what he does, but he's a right-hand driver, strong right-hand driver. And then you can't have mental breakdowns down the stretch, fouling 90 feet from the basket, up three, just stuff like that. And then making them shoot over the top of you. So a tough loss.
Cuonzo, obviously, you would have liked a cleaner look at the end, but I mean, was the play? Did you want Boogie to get the shot, or
we wanted him coming off for the shot, or if not, he was looking for Kobe. But we wanted to screen him. If we got Maury coming around to the rim, just because of how they defended. So if you didn't have Maury, then you got Boogie coming off. Boogie comes to the corner, and you got Kobe up top. Yeah.
Coach, down the stretch in these games, you went through a close game with Auburn, close game today. What do you feel like needs to change to come out with the win in the end?
I just think your attention to detail on both sides. Playing with confidence, because that's in most cases confidence piece. In every game, something's different. But I think when you allow guys, you have to take the scout report down the stretch of games, and I don't think we did a good job with that on defense. I thought we did a good job of trying to get Kobe the ball, and other guys making plays when he couldn't get the ball, being aggressive, being assertive, especially Ronnie. But you got to finish these games. You got to finish them.
Coach, you talked about how you wanted Kobe to be a little bit more quicker with the ball in the post. Do you think he was quick enough today, or do you still think he could get quicker?
Well, I thought he did a good job of establishing position, especially in the second half, just making quick moves. But again, it's one of those cases they hovering around. Other guys got to be ready to make plays. Like Ronnie dove late and got a basket. So that'll happen, and he just got to be quick, be aggressive. And I think one of the biggest things is really try to work with him on sometimes if he's able to post deep. It's not the double can't get there in time.
You mentioned Dajuan's foul in the backcourt. Is that just a guy trying to make a play, or when it's being called that tight, do you talk to the guys and say, look, you got to be aware of how many whistles there have been?
Well, in that case, you just stand in front of your guy. You don't want to roll up the floor, so you're just in front of him. But it's not as necessary where you aggressively try to foul him. You don't want to do that. You have 3 points, and you want him to try to make a play, set your defense, come down and score. But you don't want that to happen.
All right, we'll go ahead and open it up to those on Zoom. Ben, go ahead.
Cuonzo, is finishing better something that you feel like you can coach and teach, or is this another one of those situations where some of these close losses in conference play, they got to go through it?
Well, I think it's both. I mean, I think as a coach, you always try to put your team in the best chance to win basketball games. We work on, Boogie obviously misses a 1-on-1. We work on free throws. I thought down the stretch when Amari was pushing the ball late, I thought Trev was wide open, but Amari made a play, and that's part of it. But I thought for us it was more on the defensive side of the ball. Carrying out the scouting report, the assignments of what we're supposed to do. I just thought we allowed Appleby to get his head up and made plays. And again, 99% of his production was going right, and that's his biggest strength.
Yeah, kind of going off that, Cuonzo, you guys have, led by 9 points and, 4 of the last 6 losses and kind of giving up those leads with kind of keeping up that, defensive intensity. What's the next step the team kind of needs to take in that area? How do you kind of get them to, work on that and get closer to 40 minutes?
Well, I think it's more, intensity, but more focused than intensity. Again, and I know I say this sounds redundant, but you allow a right-hand driver who's talented to go right. Make him beat you going the other way. That's what the scouting report says, and it's simply put. If he beats us going left, that's on me. But you can't allow him to do what he does best. And I just think just the continued execution, because we're shooting the ball better than we have all season offensively, but we got to be able to get those consistent stops. And I think our issues more than anything, though the numbers might look productive, holding teams at 39%, but we got to be consistent with getting stops. And now this is a 10 or 12-point game.
Mitchell?
Game was being called tight down the stretch both ways, a lot of fouls. Both ways. Do you feel like that impacted anything?
Not at all. Not if it's being called. Again, you're looking at some of that from the sideline, at least from my angle, when Appleby went in there a couple times. It's part of the game. But no, if it's officiate that way, it's officiate that way. No, there's no excuses there. Not at all.
Dave?
Cuonzo, you mentioned Amari could have gotten it to Trev. Was that the second to last possession, I guess? When,
Yes, with 7.9. So again, Trev did a great job setting the screen. Kobe did a great job setting the screen for Trev. So if Maury can turn it at the rim, turn it. But as he's going with his left hand, which is his strength, Trev will be there if he doesn't have him. Kobe's probably there for a three. Then Boogie's obviously that ball side corner where he's driving the ball.